So, I have no idea what episode this is. I think it's like episode 15, 16. Yeah. Either way, it followed me home. I know this is some of your guys' favorites. Some of you guys probably skip over them, but some of my favorites because I get to talk about what I brought or found, bought, all of the above, traded for, without actually having to do any work on them yet. It helps me gauge which ones you guys want to see me do stuff to also. But it was a good week, clearly. I mean, look at it. So, we'll start with the one on top here. Ryan over at Lionhead Restorations, Big Life. His buddy, he pointed out one of the heads that I had on my rack that he kind of caught his eye, and it's one that I wasn't too particularly interested on keeping. You know, I liked the head, but I didn't need to keep it by any means. It was one that I did not have any attachment to. So he inquired about a trade, and one that he had been sticking in my mind for a while, and that's this Pulaski right there. Bring it in, show you the full effect for it. He somehow, I don't know if he bought them or found them or what, but he had two of these bad boys. And I persuaded him, convinced him to part with this one, which I truly, truly appreciate. I love that World's Finest stamp. He's got another one that looks just like it, a little bit more orange paint, so that's pretty cool. Kind of got matching sets there. See the True Trumper stamp there, Forest Service. So super, super cool. I love that Kelly Works stamp. It's just super cool. Can't not love it. You can see it's got the, maybe you can't see. It's easier for me to see. It looks like it's got a 3-3 stamp there on the under the bottom of the. There, you kind of see it there. 3-3 on the bottom of the pole. Which is pretty common for these heads. The grub hoe part looks in pretty good condition. A little short, but not any, not by any means crazy. Pretty nice full bit. So yeah, super, super cool head. So definitely appreciate him trading that for me. So yeah, that'll definitely be a build in the future. I've got a, pause one moment. I've got this handle that I, surprisingly, like truly, I was walking through the hardware store. This thing caught my eye because, I mean, look at the curl on it. Maybe it's not curl. Maybe it's, how do you pronounce it? Chatoyance or something like that. Because the grain itself is not actually curly, but it's like tiger striped hickory. I don't know. I don't know what the actual woodworking term you'd call it. I think it's chatoyance, but it looks crazy cool, right? Like, that's not, this handle's perfectly smooth. That's not in the milling process or anything like that. That's the grain. So yeah, I was walking through the hardware store and came across this 36-inch double bit handle years ago now. I think it was honestly maybe even before I started filming anything for YouTube. And I had to pick it up. And since then, I've been hanging on to it because I wanted to hang something super special on it. But I don't really like 36-inch handles, with the exception of, for a Pulaski. It definitely makes sense in that. Even longer makes sense. But I think it is the perfect pairing for this handle that I've kind of been waiting for something special to hang on it. So that'll be a really cool build that I'll do in the future, obviously. And this was a house handle that I found at my local runnings. You can see the grain orientation is completely horizontal, not vertical. But because this is a straight handle, I don't mind about that one bit, because look at that. There is zero run out. I think this will be a fabulous handle. On top of it just having like a really cool grain. So enough about handles. It's about what followed me home. So super cool Pulaski from Lionhead. So that's awesome. Very happy about that. And then next, these two here. These are actually a 2-for-1. I talk with a bunch of axe guys, and on here, on Instagram, through text to some of them, and a bunch of them have mentioned that I'm looking for a rockaway, and this deal popped up on eBay where the seller was selling both of these. He had them listed as fire axes, fire axes. I'm thinking just because they were painted red, but neither of them are fire axes. It's a double bit, which is all right, and then a rockaway, which is super cool. Yeah, you can't not love a rockaway, in my opinion. It's my favorite pattern. I've got a number of them. I got a couple Plumbs. The one I just started building with my son. And then I've also got that J.E. Pilcher rockaway too that I stolen a carver handle for. So I've got enough rockaways. So I basically bought this with plans of this deal popped up. I gotta snag it because I know there's a bunch of guys, a bunch of buddies that would be interested in it, and I don't want the deal to pass up. So I did. I bought it. Bought the 2-for-1. In my mind is that I'm not sure. I got to look at this closer. I don't think. And initially, when I looked at it online, I thought it was a Plumb. The stamps on it, or the shape of it, and the bevels on it look like a Plumb, but I didn't see a stamp on it, so it might just be might be a wood slasher. We'll look at that closer in a bit. You got to give the rockaway some screen time first. So it's an old Kelly. You can see here it says you can kind of see filled in with some paint, but Kelly Axe and Tool Co. Lewiston, WVA, so West Virginia, USA. None of that was probably in frame. So Kelly Axe and Tool Co. Lewiston, West Virginia, USA. So it's a nice old Kelly Works, or Kelly Axe and Tool, which is super cool. I don't think there's any stamping on this side. A little bit of marshmallow over there. It looks like there might be a stamp. Keep banging the tripod, but looks like there might be a stamp underneath here, but it's hard to say. Yeah, hard to say. The handle that it's on is all right. It's a bit chewed up at the back there, but it might be salvageable to save and hang something that's slightly smaller on. The paint looks like it's modern spray paint. It doesn't look like it's anything old. So yeah, so the handle's kind of is what it is. It's not bad. Is it slightly warped? Maybe a touch. It's a little warped, but not terrible. The camera's making it look more warped than it is, actually. Yeah, slight dog leg to it, but not too bad. But like I said, it's got a little bit of pull damage, but it's a nice full bit. So many times when you see the rockaways, they're super worn out in the toe or the heel. This one's a little bit worn back in the heel, but I do think it's the shape of the pattern to kind of be shorter in the heel than it is in the toe. So yeah, super cool one. Talk to somebody and see if we'll work up a trade. Nick, I'm talking to you, buddy. We'll see. We'll talk about it. I'm sure I'll figure something out. Because I don't need another rockaway. I don't need any of these axes, but I like them. So we'll let that one go to pass on to another enthusiast at some point. Then on to this guy. So this is the other one that was in the bundle. The seller said it was a fire axe. It's painted red. That's about the only indication that it's a fire anything, but I don't think it is a fire anything. I think it's just a phantom bevel, jetwing. Depending on what maker you kind of go with, they called them different names. Plumb called them the jetwings, I believe, and I think phantom bevel is technically a completely different axe, but most commonly they're referred to as phantom bevel. So kind of taking on a new definition, even if it's not correct. Double bit, Michigan pattern. It feels like it's about 3.5 pounds, maybe 4 pounds. The geometry on it's really nice. So it's even if I can't find a stamp on it, it is a well-made, pan you up here. It is a well-made axe. It's got a nice high center line on it. The red in here really does make me think Plumb because of the permabond. Like I said, I didn't see any stamps. I don't know if this red paint is also new. It may be. This may have been painted afterwards, because if you kind of look at it, it looks like the paint or the rust is kind of underneath the paint a bit. Actually, in this bright light, I do kind of see a hint of a stamp here. Yeah, I do. There we go. This is a 3-2 Plumb. Okay. Sweet. That makes the deal even better. Yeah, it looks like this was definitely painted afterwards. So we'll clean that up and see kind of what's hiding underneath. Yeah, so Phantom Bevel Plumb, which appears to be on an original handle because it is still permabonded in. The handle is dead straight. So that's nice. There's definitely some age to it. Some little dry cracks, but I don't see any. There's this crack here, but I don't know how superficial that is at the just the surface, or if it really travels deeper into the handle. But the handle feels nice. It does. It's a nice axe. So by all means, I was mostly after the rockaway, but getting a Plumb 3.5 pound Plumb Phantom Bevel along with it. It's on a 33 hung. It's at 33, just under 32 3/4. So handle. So it's a nice size too. Can't complain. Sweet. I'm very happy that I found a stamp on that. I was kind of writing it off as maybe just being a paper label something or other, but if you know, it's always nice when you can kind of find a remnant of a stamp, even if it's not a full one. Just finding something on there to identify it is it's kind of neat. So I like it. I like both of them, especially the rockaway. But I convinced myself not to keep it. I've got others. It doesn't need to stay here in the shop with me. So yeah, followed me home. So thank you again, Ryan. Appreciate that. It's gonna be super fun build. I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, so let me know which one's your guys' favorite. Whether you think I should clean this up, just sell it as is, let someone else clean it up, trade it. This one, I'm going to clean up a little bit before I trade it to anyone, just because if I'm trading to someone, I want to something more valuable like a rockaway, right? If it's something else that you don't really care that much, or the value is not that high, I wouldn't be concerned, but or as concerned. But I want to make sure there's no cracks around the eye here, just to be sure, especially with the kind of indication of some of that pull damage. It's been seen some hard use, so I want to make sure there's no cracks around the eye before I'm trading it to someone. I want to know make sure I'm not trading them a lemon. So I'll probably clean it up briefly, not full blown by any means. And I might pull the handle too. Yeah, it doesn't look like doesn't look like there's much in the eye there, so The handle pull should be pretty straightforward too, because it might end up try reusing this handle. Yeah, because if I'm trading with someone else, one, they probably have handles. Two, I have a hard time finding vintage handles that I like, and that one's it's a little warped, but it might straighten out too. So, and shipping a standalone head is way easier. But no, that's for future discussions of me and whoever we end up trading with. So if they really love the handle, by all means, it can stay. But yeah, so thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know which one's your guys' favorite pick is. Yeah, stay tuned for more. After I wrap this up, we'll probably start working on the giveaway build. So start working some more on the giveaway build. Yeah, the last video I posted was a knife video. That's I enjoy doing them, but it doesn't get nearly the amount of views as the axe stuff. So seems like you guys are here for axes, which I don't mind by any means. So yeah, I like it. I will probably still keep doing some knife stuff here and there too. But like I said, the axe content definitely gets some more attention. It's kind of where my hobbies are more currently aligned with at the moment, but I just still like knife stuff. So we'll sprinkle it in here and there. Some kind of bonus videos. All right, I'm done rambling now. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. And stay tuned for more fun stuff to come.